I guess I got something else to talk about. Some of y'all might remember right about the time we were moving in over here, Larry from down the road gave me this honking lawn tractor. This is an Aaron's, got a 20 horsepower Kohler motor on it. It had, when I got it, new tires and belts and blade, and I added a few things, carburetor and starter and gas lines and things like that. Anyway, the block is cracked on it. JB welded the block, used it for another year. In fact, I cut this field when it was grown up in weeds, taller than what you see over there, and I just ran hard at it and chopped them weeds down pretty good. But now the block is cracked again in a new place, and I've since bought myself this shiny little Snapper Comet, which is not new, it's old, but it looks new because it's been very well kept, and it does a fine job. But Larry, the other day, remember Larry, the guy that gave me this? Well, he said, hey, I got another lawnmower, you want it? And I said, sure, what is it? He said, it's a John Deere, and I expected, well, one side of me expected it to be whooped out, wore out, and of no value whatsoever, but another side of me kind of remembered seeing it in his garage over there last time when I went to get this one, and thinking it was a pretty neat deal. So he gave me this, and I actually drove it home from his house. It's a little John Deere LT 155. Got a little damage on the mower deck. Y'all might see here where it looks like the blades tried to escape from up under there. But he told me he used it to run over stumps and rocks and things of that nature. It cranks up and runs, and I drove it here. So it's in a lot better shape than the last one he gave me. So, me being one not to look a gift horse in the mouth, I was very grateful to get this thing, and I'm going to spend a little time working on it, see if I can't make it better. But it's already pretty good. I mean, anytime somebody gives me riding a lawnmower that works, got a good battery and all that, heck, that's awesome. So I got a deal worked out with my neighbor's kid over there. He's going to cut my grass for me. Look at here. Now, those of y'all that mess with mowers will recognize, if you look at that muffler, it hadn't even been run long enough for the muffler to run out. Generally, if I get a piece of equipment that's so new that the muffler hadn't deteriorated and fallen off of it, then I'd say that's pretty slick. 15 horsepower John Deere. It's a Kohler too, but hopefully they corrected that problem that they used to have where these things would crack blocks and such as that. It does look like it's an overhead valve engine, I believe. So usually after they've run a little, they can use a valve adjustment. But that all looks pretty good to me. Looks pretty good. Okay, so that's another project that's on the list. So we got insulation that needs to be done. We got that can, we can play with. My neighbor across over yonder, he's got a barn shed who lives over there, and he wants the back side of it done, and he's asked somebody the other day what it would cost to get it done, and they gave him a price that stunned him and made his hair stand straight up. And he mentioned it to me. I said, oh shucks, we could do that. You buy the material, you get that over here, we can do that in a couple of days. So that's on my list to do. Also, my buddy and friend Mad Dog Bobby, his house needs a lot of repair, and we're looking at doing some things like shoring up the foundation, putting some beams under the floor, all that other stuff. So that's another thing. I got enough to keep me busy while I'm down here, and of course we still got that bass boat, and Honey Baby's got that rowing boat, and we got a couple of kayaks, and I got some fishing poles. So there's things there's things to do. There's things that needs to be done. There's things that could be done. There's some things that I'm going to want to do. So we're going to take all that and mix it in together and fling it out there. And that's the kind of videos y'all going to be seeing in the future. Now, there may be another thing that could or could not happen, just depending on what happens, which could or could not include a military M38 Jeep or something close to it. But I ain't gonna talk about that yet because it's just still in the maybe stages. Okay? Okay. Love y'all. Give a big hug to Mom and them. Tell them we'll drop by for supper sometime. Bye-bye.